One of Britain's most beloved quiz shows is hitting pause, and the man at the center of it all may be about to swap his famous podium for a sequined ballroom. If you're a fan of The Chase, or of Bradley Walsh, or quite frankly of British television in general, then what we're about to tell you is going to stop you in your tracks. Because according to reports emerging this week, ITV bosses have made the decision to put The Chase on ice for at least a year, leaving the show's famous chasers out of pocket, the crew unsettled, and millions of loyal viewers asking the same question: what on earth is going on at ITV? This is one of the biggest stories in British television right now, and it's generating the kind of buzz that simply refuses to die down. The Chase has been a fixture of British afternoon television for 17 years. It has outlasted trends, outlasted rival shows, and outlasted the kind of industry turbulence that has swallowed programs far younger than itself. With more than 2.5 million viewers tuning in for every episode, it is not just a quiz show, it is a national institution. So the news that filming has been suspended with no plans to resume until next April has landed like a thunderclap across the television industry. Here is what we know. The most recent batch of filming for The Chase wrapped up at Elstree Studios in Hertfordshire on the 10th of April, completing what ITV has confirmed is the full recording schedule for Series 19. But here is the part that has sent shockwaves through the production. There are currently no plans whatsoever to begin filming again until April of next year. That is a full 12 months without a single new episode being made. In the meantime, ITV has confirmed it will continue to air the show using a combination of new episodes from the completed series and repeats drawn from the show's extensive back catalog. On the surface, that might sound manageable. But for the people who actually make The Chase happen, the reality is far more troubling. A source close to the production spoke to The Sun this week with a candor that makes for genuinely uncomfortable reading. Everyone found out a few weeks ago, they said, and people on set were very miffed and upset as they'll be out of pocket. It's been quite a shock and very disappointing. Many crew members feel worried and scared for the future during an uncertain time in TV. That phrase, uncertain time in TV, carries a weight that anyone working in the British broadcasting industry right now will understand immediately. This is not an abstract concern. These are real people facing real financial anxiety because a show they have given years of their professional lives to has suddenly gone quiet. And the chasers themselves are not immune to that anxiety. Anne Hegarty, the formidable governess, has been refreshingly honest about how the show's payment structure works, and what a production hiatus actually means for people in her position. Speaking to The Sun, she confirmed plainly that she and her fellow chasers are paid per episode rather than drawing a salary, adding with characteristic bluntness that a new chaser joining the roster would simply mean the same number of episodes split between more people, and therefore less money for everyone currently on the panel. "I like my money sitting in my bank and representing a bit of security," she said. "I'm not frugal, I'd actually say I'm mean." It's the kind of deadpan honesty that has made and a fan favorite for years, but beneath the dry humor is a genuinely serious point. Mark Labbett, Sean Wallace, Paul Sinha, Jenny Ryan and the rest of the Chaser family face the same arithmetic. No filming means no episodes. No episodes means no pay. So why is this happening? That is where the story takes a turn that nobody quite saw coming. The rumor mill has been spinning furiously around Bradley Walsh, the 65-year-old host whose name has become so synonymous with The Chase that it is almost impossible to imagine the show without him. Reports suggest that Walsh has been in discussions about a presenting role on Strictly Come Dancing, the BBC's flagship Saturday night entertainment juggernaut. And those reports gained significant traction when Walsh was photographed on the Strictly set at Elstree, the very same studios where The Chase is filmed, appearing in a social media picture alongside the show's chief dressmaker, Teresa Hewlett. In television, a visit to a rival broadcaster's set is rarely accidental. It is the kind of move that sends a message, even when no words are spoken publicly. Crucially, ITV's own statement on the situation was carefully worded. While they confirmed the recording hiatus and reassured viewers that The Chase would continue to air as normal, they made a point of noting that Walsh operates under his own separate deal with the broadcaster, one that is not based on episode appearances. In other words, whatever arrangement Bradley Walsh has with ITV, It is structured very differently from the per-episode contracts that his chaser colleagues rely on. Whether that structure gives him the flexibility to explore opportunities elsewhere, including, potentially, at the BBC, is a question that ITV's statement very deliberately left unanswered. What is clear is that ITV is not abandoning the chase. Their statement pointed to a new series of Beat the Chasers for 2026 and a brand new spin-off called The Chase Around the World, both of which suggest the franchise has a healthy future ahead of it. But the immediate question, the one that the crew and the chasers and the 2.5 million nightly viewers are all sitting with right now, is what the next 12 months actually looks like, and whether the show that comes out the other side looks and feels the same as the one that went in. For now, the podium is quiet. The clock has stopped. And somewhere in Elstree, Bradley Walsh is keeping his own counsel about what comes next. Whether he ends up in a blazer behind that famous desk or in a dinner suit on a very different kind of stage, one thing is absolutely certain: British television is watching very closely. So what do you make of all this? Is Bradley Walsh heading to Strictly? Do you think the chase will ever be quite the same? And are you happy to watch repeats for the next year, or does this feel like a step too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and this community always has the best takes. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It genuinely helps the channel grow. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that button now and turn on your notifications so you never miss a story. We'll see you in the next one.